Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there, but if we do, that's kind of where we
for it.
There we go.
Just got to give the people what they want.
Try again tomorrow.
I think we might be working. Yeah.
Oh, we
I think
are?
we're back on.
Oh, we're live? Sweet.
Yeah.
Man, I was about to start talking about some other stuff.
Yeah.
But, okay, look. It says still no sound. Maybe said who mime. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up if we've got it. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
it
seeing
looks like
got
we
it.
got it.
I'm seeing got it. Okay, so thanks.
That's some nice follicle action right there. Look at
Nice.
the close up. There it is.
So here we go. Like basically what happened is someone who was not loyal to the dictatorship took over the board.
Yeah.
I've done away with them. They are now in
Is that a deep state operation?
It was, well, there is no deep state in the dictatorship. The state stops with me, but it was a non-loyal. So they're being re-educated right now at the end of a bayonet, and that's how it goes in the dictatorship. But welcome everyone.
Any Uyghurs in there?
Oh God. Thank you.
Probably. Yeah.
What?
This is the only news publication
Uyghurs?
that's talking about this week.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
No, Gen Z is not
Guaranteed.
familiar with Uyghurs, so we'll have to educate
Uyghurs.
later
Uyghurs,
on.
You don't know what they are?
But they missed my cold open, right?
No.
With me slamming the
Oh yeah,
liquid
we need
death.
a close up of Nick and his ridiculous, delicious water.
This one brought to you by Liquid Death. Anyways, welcome chat. XIS, Tug Gang, Covert, 4S, Big Hands Dan, Mr. Techno Goody, Joe Ether, Razmataz, Casino Doggy, Claudio's, Uncle Tinfoil, Pablo, Guerrero, Michael Moore, Casino Doggy, and both of them apparently.
Yeah. Some
Double
people
Dip
cover
and
both
Raul
ends.
San Miguel, Paul Mac, Channel. Sorry, man. And Je ne sais. Thanks for hanging out. You're in the dictatorship version of Blockchain Basement. All right. How is everyone feeling today? We'll start with Hannah. How are you feeling, Hannah?
Graduated.
You did.
Graduated.
You did.
She has the
Congratulations.
I'm a
papers.
graduate.
Yes.
She has the
Where
papers.
did you get your degree in, Hannah?
Marketing.
Marketing?
marketing?
Business.
Okay.
Business.
Business, baby.
Yeah.
Just
That's a pretty
business.
malleable degree to be able to utilize. Not
Very
too,
happy about
Not too
it.
pinholed. You'll be able to find something there. Yeah, I used to be HR and seeing people get highly specialized degrees and then not utilizing them is probably one of the most painful things I had to watch in my past career. So, yeah, business marketing.
Quick question,
That's
Hannah.
pretty
Did you see a difference in the education from year 1 to year 4 as they did they shift more to social media and mobile?
When it was 2021, my curriculum. I mean, that was the year I got into the business school, but my curriculum changed like 360s. Like all of a sudden they were teaching me about meta.
Yeah, I don't know why we taught you about billboards for 2 months last semester. that was an L. My bad.
No, like it went from like that to like before Facebook turned into Meta. It was like Zuckerberg invested $15 billion into Meta. This is what the metaverse is. This is what Web3 is. This is what all of this is. Now research crypto. Like they started talking about everything.
Interesting.
In like 2021.
And then they wrote your congratulations script with AI at the end of it. By the end of it, it's all going to be AI and teaching people how to prompt.
I know they're about to put regulations on AI. I got out right in time.
Yep. Absolutely. DZ, how are you feeling today, man?
I'm doing well. They think it's a fake DZ. I was remaining very, very still at first. Congrats, Hannah. So congrats on that. It's actually seems like a pretty good degree. Seems like so many people get bad degrees. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I think the people in our chat, they probably got them good degrees. If you have a bad, useless degree, let us know what that degree is. I'm curious. I dropped out of I dropped out of accounting, and it was the second time I dropped out of school. First time was, I think, just business.
Yeah.
I dropped out of mechanical engineering.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Oh, and say hi to the people. Pull your mic down.
Yep. Let's see. Where you at?
Pull your mic down. Say hi.
Hello.
Where are
you
you
go.
at though?
Owen's running the board.
Show your face.
Owen, he's a day over. He's a day over 14 years old. We just got him. He was a bagger at the Publix down the street, but we got him in here.
He was moonlighting as a Tfue stunt double.
Yeah.
Tfue? Mm-hmm. He goes to the school that I graduated from.
Yeah.
Really?
It's true. University of Phoenix online graduates here. Great stuff. So let's look at CoinMarketCap real quick, because guess what? We just broke 27K for Bitcoin.
Engineering.
We are falling. We're falling fast. We're at 26,947 fiat founding fathers. Ethereum is broken down to 1782. Tether is still pegged, which is great news. BNB 306, XRP, who gives a crap, ADA 35 cents.
That's brutal.
So we're ripping down hard.
Look at
Wow,
OP.
Polygon.
Are we going in on Polygon's at 83
Polygon
cents?
at 83 cents is a buy.
I
That is a
know.
buy.
Do we keep sliding
Financial
up?
advice. By the way, everything I say is financial advice. It's up to you to figure out if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Tron dumping, Avalanche under $15 is a fantastic grab. What's OP? Where's OP?
You need to find
I
OP.
would say psychology degrees are good for just life in general, maybe not careers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
there's a
good,
bunch
like,
of
knowing,
intangible
like,
benefits for that.
Yep.
Projection, all those little things are pretty cool.
Yep.
So fun learning about psychology.
Last I saw, OP was at $1.53. That's
What are some other good grabs? Graph
What do you
for
got?
11 cents. That's a good get.
Oh.
That's a really good get.
Yo, we're doing I'm doing a, well, actually not anymore. But I did a project on Temple University. There's a Temple University in Japan. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, OP for $1.50. You know what?
Oh my god.
Okay, we're gonna get into something. We're gonna get into a mini rant at the beginning. Then we're gonna talk about banks. But like OP, AJ and I were getting into some of the details of the tokenomics of it. I kind of lost my bullishness for the project. Excuse me. I lost my bullishness for the token price. How are y'all feeling about OP, considering it is so high of inflation?
Yeah, I mean, I have slight exposure to OP, but the tokenomics are an issue. The unlocks are coming. That might affect it. It'll probably be like a 10x with its tokenomics problem, though. It's going to be hard to be 100x or 50x or whatever.
Yeah.
Massive pump. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to expose myself to much more than just like $700, $800. That's all I got in it right now. So yeah, I'm kind of feeling better about Arbitrum at this point, or even Polygon. Polygon at these prices is super tempting.
That's very tempting.
You know,
because it's not very inflationary.
It's
A
got
lot
more
of the
staying
tokens
power.
are already
like
out.
DZ was talking on the morning show, which I agreed with 100%. It's got more staying power.
It does.
You know, like
it really
OP
does.
is definitely more. It's more of a risk or a chance, you know. But you know, can't risk it without getting that biscuit. Sometimes.
DZ, before I get to you real quick,
Get it soggy.
Manly Crypto says Avalanche is very inflationary, has a big coin unlock this week. Avalanche is actually not that inflationary. There's a bunch of FUD and misdirection about the emission rate of Avalanche earlier this year. The actual inflation rate of Avalanche is around 4.5 to 5%. So it's on par with Cardano. There's a lot happening with Avalanche because it's on 3 chains, right? So the C chain is basically a fork of Ethereum, and the other 2 chains are staking and
I know what you're talking about. It's
there's the X chain and the
or
P
something.
chain. Yeah, P chain is for staking. X chain, I believe, is for NFTs. Or
I think there's a
governance.
consensus layer though.
Yeah. It may be the consensus layer. Anyway, so people misread the inflation rates on Avalanche. So yeah, it's actually I'm very bullish on Avalanche, not just because like I own some, like I do own some Avalanche, but like I think the steps it's taking, it is positioning itself to be in a very good place in the bull run.
Yeah.
DZ, quick thoughts on OP before we get into a mini rant.
Yeah, I agree. I have to look into how bad the tokenomics are relative to Polygon, relative to relative to maybe even IMX.
Yep.
But that being said, if I'm putting money into L2, I'm choosing Polygon today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe optimism metrics might change where it seems more attractive. To me, Polygon is the choice.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, let me go on a just quick mini rant. Everyone needs to know this because I personally love this YouTube channel. It's called Kurt's Gazette. It's called In a Nutshell. They are probably the S tier of animated, essayist, scientific.
Natural immunity's not real.
Right, getting to that. So, Kurt's Gazette, for the greater part of about 7 years, they have been a fantastic YouTube channel. They have really, really good content. But, and I've known this for a while, and I've been piecing together the just the different ways that this has infected their narrative. Kurt's Gazette, 20 million subscribers, 178 videos. They have, I think, 3 billion views on their channel. They are heavily funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
You could never
and now
trust.
Gates
No way.
Ventures.
They're nihilists. What do you
Heavily.
Wow.
And so anytime they have a video that talks about healthcare, vaccines, the immune system, I even think addiction, all of that stuff, they take talking points from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and it is obscene and it is anti-science. The video they made the other month about vaccines is just unconscionable how much it is straight up Bill Gates propaganda. It is awful, and it's very sad to see because Kurt's Gazette has a lot of great and fun videos. You can learn a lot from them, but you've got to be on the lookout when it comes to who you're listening to on the internet because Bill Gates has a very, very strong presence, and he knows that culture is in fact like if you can affect the talking points at a base level, because there's a lot of kids watch these videos, very kid friendly, and that's on purpose. So anyways, put this on your radar, watch and see who is funding what. There's a guy on TikTok who's been going down the deep end of how many media organizations is owned by BlackRock and State Street and Vanguard, and it's basically all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Last I looked in flu season, it was like 93% of news organizations are owned by the Associated Press, which is in turn owned by those organizations. Gates.
An independent journalist I trust, like us right here.
Yeah. We're extremely independent.
Yes.
Highly independent.
Yes.
Speaking of independent media, Wendy O, I don't know if we covered this yesterday on the stream or not, but Wendy O, nearly half of U.S. voters support censorship. Nearly half of U.S. voters support banning TikTok per the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, I'm for banning TikTok, and it's not because of censorship. It's because of military issues and what they can do to our populace. It's not sure. I guess you could extrapolate censorship from that, but yeah, it's not good that they can change the temperature of the room when it comes to certain hot button issues, like transgenderism, like elections, like social media,
even crypto.
I think all these things are kind of bad, and I've gone over scary scenarios of things that they can do. The CCP can really co-opt high level people in our government by. Should I repeat it, Nick? What do you think?
I mean,
sure.
Yeah, let's just,
all right, so here's the real bad scenario with TikTok and what they can do. Sure, it's bad that they can maybe influence an election 1 or 2 degrees on one side. I really think they can. Sure, it's bad that they can push us divisive issues can, they can kind of make them trend. But here's the real issue I have with TikTok. It's give complete carte blanche access to your microphone, to your camera roll, and to all these other things. And so when there's a 4-star general, or there's a state representative, or there's someone that's on a committee, and all of a sudden their children is compromised because their camera roll was taken. And imagine you're just a 50-year-old 4-star general, and someone comes up to you in the sauna, and they say, hey, we have nude photos of your daughter, and if you don't vote this way on this certain particular issue, we're going to release them. Now multiply that times 1,000 individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason there's many organizations that are in the government are banning the use of TikTok.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad. I mean,
it's
it's not a good thing for them to be able to compromise
it is not
high-ranking officials.
But on the flip side, we already have the deep state has access to all of our information on Facebook, Instagram.
That's not a foreign
Twitter.
government.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
No,
It's not as adversarial.
Also, that you're giving them access, so if they log in.
Yeah. So BJ's talking about how TikTok is authorizing your Gmail account if you sign in through your Gmail
4-star
account.
general is going to be
you
older,
sign
sure,
in,
his granddaughter, okay, whatever. But you know what I'm saying.
Anything that you log into on your phone, you give TikTok access to, is what BJ is saying. But here's the thing: when you download Instagram, it's the same. The microphone automatically
not owned
has
by a
access
foreign
to
government.
your.
Yeah, but it can be influenced by a foreign government. They buy all that data from
Hashtag
Facebook.
Biden.
Like, how do you think there
Look,
was?
Zuckerberg is bad,
so
but it's not as bad as the CCP. That's kind of my thesis here.
I think it's so interesting because when Trump was trying to ban TikTok, it was no, like, we're not doing that. That's bad. Why would you ban TikTok? For the most part, right? Like that's what you saw on TikTok. At least all of the young kids that love TikTok are like, no, don't get rid of it.
Yep.
Trump supporters were maybe like, okay, yeah, ban it, but they didn't really understand it, right? That all kind of
cult
got
of personality, just following him.
Yeah, it got pushed under. Nobody talked about it for a while. Now, under the Biden administration, they're trying to ban it again. And
How Weasley and Squirrely was TikTok CEO in front of Congress a month and a half ago?
strange,
Okay,
and
He was
him.
about as Weasley and squirrely as all the other tech
And not
CEOs.
to mention, they'd censor people's content that, like mine, gun content, or all kinds of pro-America content was not like, I've been kicked off TikTok many times, and once I heard that they're aggregating all my information, even my Gmail and stuff.
Yeah, if we're going to ban TikTok because we're afraid that they're going to be influencing other people in political discourse in the country, then we should ban all social media.
Yeah.
All right, to me, there's a big difference. CCP in an American-owned company. It's very different, and I don't know why we're acting like they're not. They're different. It's different.
They're different.
CCP is not Mark
worse.
Zuckerberg.
They're different on
worse.
paper, but Mark Zuckerberg will work hand in glove with the CCP whenever the CCP wants. And Mark Zuckerberg will ban Facebook and certain topics on Facebook, as will Apple, as will all Google. They will kowtow to the CCP at any given time. So TikTok banning may reduce the CCP's input by 5%.
I don't think Mark Zuckerberg is stealing someone's camera roll to compromise a diplomat over nude photos.
Yeah.
I do think CCP does.
Yeah.
Oh, they do that for sure in their own country,
Okay.
for sure. 100%.
And so, I'm saying there's a huge difference. It's not a small difference. It's a giant difference.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, my mom and she hasn't been able to use TikTok for years because she works in the government. You know what I mean? And this
same
issue,
with my
we had to
brother-in-law.
talk about this for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I live in America and I'm on the American side because I live here, and I also don't agree with the authoritarian regime that China's represented. Yeah, we have problems here in America. Yeah, corruption's been bad. And yes, Facebook and, Twitter at a time was banning and censoring myself, and people like me. Now things are starting to turn back around, and I still feel like here in America we have that breath of freedom that we still can capture, whereas China is 50, 70 years down the line of authoritarianism.
And I think there's a huge difference with motivation. I think there's going to be some left-leaning tech people that are high level that are going to be pro-censorship, but I honestly think the majority of the time they're doing what in their mind is best for America. I think it's the exact opposite with the CCP. It's like, how do we make it the worst possible case for America? I think there's people really trying to act in American companies. They're just trying to act with their best interests in mind, what they feel is the best direction for the country.
Oh no,
I think there are some people with blue
totally
hair
disagree with that.
they're not like, oh yeah, I'm pushing this agenda to destroy America. They're pushing an agenda to, in their mind, help children, do things. There's altruistic people with bad ideas.
DZ, I would disagree. There's a large contingent, and I believe you would admit this. There's a large contingent on the left that would prefer to see America go down in flames. Like, they do not like this country at its very core.
I don't think anyone wants their American dollar to not be able to buy milk in a year, and that's kind of what I feel like you're saying. I don't think it's that serious. I think there's people who are like, Orange Man's bad, and I'm willing to burn down the whole building to make it so he's never elected. But they're not trying to destroy the country, and I think there are people trying to destroy this country. Sure, yeah, you could be like that guy who's like, my neighbor's trying to destroy America. You're a freaking idiot if you think that. 99.999 times out of 100 here. Yeah. It's your neighbor isn't trying to destroy America. They just have a different viewpoint than you.
Sure.
That's
I
all.
think a lot of people want the same thing. They want a good standard of living. They want things to be affordable.
People want their kids to have better lives than them.
Yes,
I think that's most people's motivation.
You're talking about Americans et al. I'm talking about tech bros and the leftist propagandists who want to force a specific viewpoint down people's throats.
And I think they're doing it with in their mind positive motivation. It's like it's a good idea in their mind. This plays itself out on college campuses. I think it's a shocking majority of college educated adults, like college graduates, believe that free speech is not a right and it should not be available to people. And if there is speech that goes against what they believe, that should be prosecuted. And their motivation is, I hate Nazis, not I hate America.
No, they're the same ones who think that the American flag is a hate symbol.
Okay, how many people do I know have I ever seen saying, I really wish we would change that flag?
You and
Zero.
I hang out,
and we work with very left-leaning people.
You and I hang out
None
with
of
normal
them feel
people.
that way.
The tech people, dude, you've got to put your head into the San Francisco mindset, in the institutionalized tech bro Silicon Valley mindset, where they literally
General Jones says,
think,
I don't think Tim Apple would ever pick CCP over America. I agree with that.
He does every fucking day, guys. Okay. They do business in China. They kowtow to China since day fucking one. I don't want to hear that shit anymore, okay?
Yeah. Well,
the CCP owns tech, okay? They do. And if you deny that, your head is in the sand. That's it. You have got to look
friendly
at the foreign
with
investment
and owned
in
by,
technology.
Friendly with and owned by are very different.
No, they are controlled by them. They are controlled by the CCP. Same with Tesla. Same with Tesla, 100%.
This is an interesting subject.
Yeah, I want to hear
Does
more.
Elon let you tweet to Tiananmen Square? Then he's not owned.
I don't know.
Okay, you're saying owned by, like it's a serious thing. No, it's not that serious, man. They're friendly with, but when you say owned by, that to me means a completely different thing. Allowing Tiananmen Square to be tweeted means you are not owned by China.
Yeah. So Twitter, just so we're all aware, Twitter up until January was heavily influenced by the left and the CCP. Yes, you can tweet on about Tiananmen Square now. Mm-hmm. A year ago, you could not do that.
I think you could. Maybe it's not promoted or maybe it's suppressed, but still you can do it. Mm-hmm. Try putting that out. Type that into a computer in China. Okay, it's a lot different. I agree. I think you're friendly with is in your mind owned by. I think we're just kind of disagreeing over definitions of words here.
But regular people, both on the right and the left, they want the same thing. Not the tech people, but the people that are kind of caught up watching politics go on. They're trying to get to the same thing with the different means to an end.
Yeah, I think about everybody wants a better life for their children. I think that's about it. I think people have different ideas of what that is.
Yeah, normal Americans do want that, and then there's the hyper ideologues that have a different. They don't live in the America that me and DZ and everyone else. I don't
think. Again, I don't think these people are making choices that say this will make a worse world for my child. I think in their mind they are making a better world for their child. They're just led astray. Yeah, I don't know. There's these weird. You have this idea of like giant amounts of agents of chaos who are like trying to drive America into the ground on purpose, making a worse life for their children. It seems ridiculous.
They don't have kids.
Yeah, I know. That's the case a lot of times.
Okay, let's move on to billions of dollars in government spending. Speaking of things being completely FUBAR, Sophia Zoller, the federal government currently spending over $1 billion daily on interest alone to service the national debt. That is crazy. Raising rates, which is what Jay Powell has been doing, means higher borrowing costs, forcing the U.S. into a cycle of issuing more and more debt to meet our obligations. This is completely unsustainable. Well, here's the thing. It's not unsustainable because you can print more money. Technically, they can print enough money to meet their obligations. Now, what does that do? What does that do in the long term? Well, it debases the currency. So, there's no further comment on that one. But yeah, so you see a graph like this, and then you're thinking, okay, how on earth does the dollar retain its value against this hockey? This is like comical. This is a hockey stick graph. How does the dollar retain its value against this? Well, it doesn't. So they're never going to not meet their obligation because then their credit rating will get devalued. And that's just no good for them and no good for China as well, because China holds a massive amount of American debt. So they're definitely in a tight spot here when it comes to what they've put themselves into. Is they can't lower interest rates because then the economy is going to overheat again. But if they keep on raising interest rates, then the banking system and all these other things are going to break. So if they pull the lever either way, something is going to break. They're no longer steering with all the avionics connected, right? They really only have like a flap or two, and it's gigantic corrections now. It's like, this was BJ, actually, you may remember this, like 15 years ago or something. NASA put a satellite into space, and they were sending it like deep into space. And they were making corrections on the rocket boosters in a certain unit. It was like joules of energy. And then, but the person who was actually typing it into the computer was doing it in like, newtons or something like that. And so instead of the rocket ship going, it was going all over space. So that's pretty much what the Fed is doing right now. Very bullish for Bitcoin. Hang on, what's Bitcoin doing right now?
It's still 26.8, but
gosh.
What do you think they're going to break? Are they going to let the inflation run rampant, or are they going to kill the actual economy?
Well, here we go. If we got guys like Brad Sherman still in charge, God help us. Hang on, we're gonna play this in a second. This is the what's that song? Yakety Sax.
Don't talk back.
All right, we'll play this. This is just a gem.
We'll see if this works. You ready?
Luckily, it's a short one.
You ready, Drew?
Yeah. Crypto bros make money literally by making money, and they've made over $1 trillion out of thin air. They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government.
It's his smile at the end.
And he said it with a straight face. Okay, I want hot takes on this. Deezy, give me your hot take. Deezy, give me your hot take on this.
Well, I think he's been in a bubble, just like we're all in a bubble. And in his bubble, they've always made money out of thin air. And so once you're used to something after 60 years, hey, we've been doing this for decade after decade after decade after decade. You're not really, it's the frog in the boiling water theory. He's been in the water so long. The water is molten magma. But he's been in it too long, and you can tell that his skin is a skeleton.
I mean, it's a pretty dangerous precedent for a country to just outwardly say we're creating money out of thin air. You know.
Top D's mic.
Oh, Top D's mic off?
Top D censored.
No.
Deezy's mic is missing.
Yeah.
Saying Mike's messed up. Let's see.
Well, this is a great show. This has been a great show today. Hannah, I want to know Gen Z's input when you hear this. Gen Z, chime in.
Did he say crypto bros?
He did say, he led off with crypto bros.
All right, first
crypto
sexist.
Bros, they just make their money out of thin air. And he laughed. Like he was like fighting off a laugh.
Yeah,
This guy's a
it's
clown.
pretty awkward. Like the saying that you can just create money out of thin air when the large portion of the world is trying to service debt in your dollar, and you're just able to create as much as you want. The interest payments, like we've seen, are skyrocketing, and those payments on these other countries' debt to the United States is becoming much, much more expensive as this continues to roll on. So it's a very, very dangerous precedent. Like, it's not just like an aggravating, clip for me to watch, because you're essentially painting yourself as the bully who's also egotistical, but also not even looking around their shoulder for the next one to try to take them out, because nature abhors a void. And when there is no strength in the world, China or Russia will see this weakness and they will jump on it, take advantage of it, and all of a sudden the landscape will be a much different place in 10, 20 years from now. So I don't think that it's responsible at all for an elected leader that's supposed to be representing the country to be basically acting like an egotistical bully on the playground of macroeconomics. It's not. It's not the right thing to do.
This is yakety sax, by the way.
What's that? Oh.
Yeah, that's Benny Hill.
The name of the song is Yakety Sax.
Yakety sax.
Yeah, we're the uncultured swine, I guess. But it's known as the Benny Hill. Of course, he's going to choose the obscure way of labeling it there. The memo, are we going to talk about the memo given to the...
Wait, that is literally the next tweet. I love it. Thank you for the segue, DZ. Our friend of the show, Eleanor Tourette. Scoop, prior to today's Financial Committee and House GOP hearing on the digital asset regulation, a memo was circulated among Democrat committee members. It contained key messages for the Financial Services Committee Dems to stick to, including supporting the SEC's total authority over crypto regulation, its assertion that nearly all cryptos constitute securities, and that crypto's problem isn't ambiguity, it's mass non-compliance.
I've thought of a metaphor for this, or just some way for us to wrap our head around this. So basically they're saying, they're not compliant. Let's spread the message. They're not compliant. Let's spread the message. We tried to make them compliant, and they just refused. They would not work with us. Here is how I would look at it. They're asking us to register our vehicle, and they say the DMV is open. Yep. And it says it's open, but then we go there and the door is locked. And you know what? Brian Armstrong's been pulling on that door handle every single day for 2 years. XRP pulling on that door handle for 5 years. Other company pulling on that door handle. Who did they let in? They let SPF in the back door.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, it's been closed. We've been trying to open the door to the DMV to register our vehicle, and you've just been sitting there at the other side of the glass talking to some curly-haired weirdo.
Exactly. Named the Dictator. I like to think of it also as if you're going to like one of those like fancy burrito shops and you fill up your burrito. At the end, you get the lettuce, you get the beans, you get the pico, you get some queso on there, you get some sour cream, you get some guac. You got your nice, beautiful burrito. It's like the size of a small baby. And then you get to the counter and they're like, oh, did you have guac? Oh, it's an extra $1.50. Oh, did you have sour cream? Oh, it's an extra 75 cents. You're like, what the frick? Like, you didn't say this ahead of time.
You're making me hungry.
No, it's actually Jim Jones fixed my metaphor. No, the DMV, they let us in, then they said, take a number.
Yeah.
And we're still sitting in the seat.
Yeah.
You called SPF up.
Yeah.
I'm still, where's my number? When am I going to get called?
Yeah. So look, and it's, I think the other top comment here is, from Dave Weisberger. It's hard to say what's sadder. The fact that they felt the need to defend their anti-innovation, pro-banking cartel policy, or the continued use of false and misleading statements to do so. Here. That is, I'll give that a heart. I'm logged into TJ's Twitter. I'll give that a heart because that is the sentiment right now. Like we're looking at, is the rest of the world, is basically the United States going to put the car in neutral for blockchain innovation and get surpassed over the next 10 to 15 years. And these next 18 months are going to dictate the next 10 to 15 years of innovation of blockchain in the United States.
It's worse than neutral. It's the Twilight Zone episode with the gremlin on the wing. They're sitting there like unscrewing bolts on our freaking wheels right now.
It feels like we're purposely arbitraging ourselves out of this contest. It's a technological contest going on across the world, and we're just like sitting on the sidelines watching it all happen. It totally
When are we moving to Dubai?
And TikTok
I'll
already
never
took
move to
over.
Dubai.
Go to Dubai.
We've
Do
already
not make
been
me rant
taken
about
over.
Dubai.
No, I think we just need to redo some of the plumbing here in America. We got lots of resources here. It's nice weather,
San Diego's
reasonably
beautiful.
safe. So I think
Reasonably
there's
safe.
still work to be done here.
Okay, so I just want to check in with Gen Z real quick. So like you're now like
Let's all look.
fully,
You are the representative.
you are the representative. She's Hannah's the diversity hire here. So look,
She had blue hair.
she had blue hair and then she let it go.
Creatures in nature that are brightly colored
Are the most
poisonous.
All right,
poisonous.
look, that's been on every Redneck's T-shirt for 5 years. We got to
Oh
stop
my
saying
God!
that.
Like,
know it.
consider the source, DZ.
Look no further.
Look, don't make fun of his Austin 316 shirt, okay?
Yeah, damn straight.
Oh my gosh.
this.
Do you have a Salt Life sticker on your truck? Damn it. Okay, sorry.
No, it's
Gen Z.
coexist.
Yeah.
Gen Z, what do you like? How do you interpret just seeing all of this kind of intermingling and this collusion, and how there's like no space between Democrats for one and the banking sector? Give us your hot take. Go, Hannah Hughes, Double H.
You said there's no what?
There's no space between
Like Democrats and the banking sector are working
Yeah.
together?
they're like this.
And yeah, they're paid money. Talking about this, I was just saying we've already been taken over. TikTok has already taken over all of us, and they're figuring out how to corral us into their methodology and get us to believe all of our leaders. And that's what he said. We're sitting on the sidelines and we're watching, and that's where we're at now.
Dang.
I don't like that. That makes
Just
me
kidding.
unsettled.
She said,
You
just
can,
kidding.
You can choose to fight back or you can choose to watch.
Wait, what does that mean?
He said,
How are we gonna fight back?
Tap into the USA. We need to get a little tune
How
up.
are we going to fight back?
Tune up
Okay,
on
no,
the
we can't get into that.
How are we going to
Anyways.
fight? Okay.
Owen, do you have any
With
hot
some
takes on this
lead
First, you're
topic?
going to want to buy some chicken wire now.
That's right.
Owen has no hot takes. Owen is just an innocent bystander in this show today.
Sightmark has a sale going on for their night vision.
Okay,
goggles.
take it easy. Here we go. Genevieve Roche-Decter. I feel like this show is sponsored by Genevieve Roche-Decter,
Armalite.
CFA. She's at GR Decter on Twitter. Jamie Dimon says short selling of banks should be banned, and those who do it should be prosecuted.
This
Agree.
guy.
Here's the clip.
Oh, gonna have to click some buttons, Owen. Click them. Click them.
So we're waiting for Owen. Are we good, Owen? Do you promise?
We're clicked.
Okay, great.
Do we need regulators to look at short sellers of banks?
Yes. You know, like, look, my folks would tell me that that's not the problem, the short selling ban. If you actually analyze stocks and short sales, doesn't seem that big a deal. I think they may partially be wrong because, as you know, some people are unscrupulous and they use other means to go short. I think that if you look at the detail, the SEC has the enforcement capability to look at what people are doing by name in options, derivatives, short sales, and they should go. If someone's doing anything wrong, people are in collusion, or people going short and then making a tweet, about a bank, they should go after them. And vigorously, and they should be punished to the full extent the law allows it. So,
Oh my God!
You know this is go ahead.
Well, I just think maybe we should ban major banks from having involvement in multinational child trafficking organizations.
Well, that's
there we go. We're gonna talk about the finger.
Yeah, you shouldn't bank those people. Here's what this is like. This is like the CEO of Burger King coming out and saying we should ban negative food reviews.
Yeah.
Short sellers keep businesses honest.
Artists should ban bad reviews of their shows. Because the guys are just shorting their stuff. Okay, it's not fair to short. It's not fair to give your opinion on something that you have personally invested in that
What a
you may
wanker.
lose from. Right? Like that's not good. What would this country come to if we could actually speak about things that we know about freely? What would that mean for this country?
We
Damn
can,
it, Jamie.
can't we?
I don't know. Depends on what it is.
Isn't that
feel
one
like
of
you
our
can.
rights?
Yeah, I feel like we can.
No, I know. I'm being facetious.
I just playing contrarian.
Anyways, Jamie Dimon wants controlled speech of all financial topics. That's what he wants. I mean, look, this guy, he's a World Economic Forum cuck. I don't like him at all. I continually think he's the president of Bank of America. I don't know why that's in my head, but yeah, JP Morgan Chase, he basically is in charge of the biggest bank in the entire United States right now and possibly the world. So thanks to the actions of Janet Yellen.
Echo, 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 echo.
No, I think it's just Nick's mic might be a little bit too loud. Let us know how it sounds. We're in learning stage. So yeah, it just, this is pretty infuriating for people like me. I'm a father, and we see JP Morgan says, oh, we're so sorry for our longstanding connection with someone who's been investigated by the feds for, running one of the largest trafficking organizations or systems that we've ever found on earth. But then he gets to come at us and say, hey, open public, retail public, you're not able to, as DZ said, keep us honest, be able to short us when we're doing a bad job, give us feedback, financial feedback. This goes back to, what we do with our money is like the most important vote that we have as people. And to see the ability to
Bud Light.
Yeah, exactly. You see Bud Light shelves are completely stocked. No one's touching this stuff. NASCAR, not a Bud Light in sight. But to see these abilities for us as people to take power back through our finance, because really your dollar is the massive big vote, and it's the last vote I feel like we have left here that is an eloquent and peaceful one. So if they're taking these options away, I don't see people like me being very excited or even very kind about this subject towards multinational banks over the next course of the years, because they're just basically trying to muzzle us not only on social media by deleting our accounts on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, whoever's in charge at the time, but also they're taking our ability to keep them honest on the financial table too. And it's just disgusting. So.
It is gross. Here's a quick look at violationtracker.goodjobsfirst.org. JP Morgan Chase has paid over $26 billion in fines and penalties because of for financial offenses.
No.
And also $6 billion in consumer protection related offenses. Top 5 primary offense types are toxic security abuses, investor protection violations, mortgage abuses, banking violations, and price fixing or anti-competitive practices. This is JP Morgan Chase. This is what Jamie Dimon runs, and he has the gall to lecture us about short selling his shitty ass bank.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Ligma.
And where's Gensler and all these
Ligma.
upside down securities?
He's
Where's Gensler? All we talk about is what are we going to do with crypto and how dangerous crypto is. We're not talking about the $1 trillion that the banks
Just
are
making
underwater.
some stupid video about a pun. Let's see, it was steak. It was a steak. This time it's liquidity pools, and it's going to be him shirtless in a pool. And did you know
I can only be
liquidity
so
pool is
erect.
that? I hate him.
He's the worst.
It's incredible.
He's the creepy uncle now. He's the creepy uncle of finance. It's like, yeah, you've got some questionable search history.
Yeah.
I was listening for the echo. I wasn't on the phone, y'all.
Yeah.
And pretty stubborn. I am very stubborn, really ignorant of life society. I'm trying to be better. But I will say this. I'm stubborn about my opinion, but I am always open to new info.
Yeah.
I thought I had a completely different view of TikTok probably 12 months ago. So it's okay to switch.
I think what it is passion. Whenever you have something that you like feel strongly about and you communicate, you talk about it, you say it with a lot of passion, and it sounds like it's true. Like it sounds like it's the truth, but even if it is an opinion.
That's true.
Just passion, people. Come on.
It's good. It's good. But look, a sign of intelligence is being able to be presented with new information and then change your thinking about that subject.
Yeah.
The ability to process new information is a sign of intelligence. And that's what we do here on The Basement. Even though it's kind of stinky, it's kind of smelly, it's kind of dank, there's a poop pipe right above us.
It's true.
Like, we are here to talk about the ideas and to bring up weird stuff and it kind of get a little weird. And in the dictatorship, even though it's a thriving economy, it is a benevolent dictatorship. Jesus. And we encourage the exchange of ideas, no matter how passionate, as long as they don't become personal. When it gets personal,
that's what the re-education camp is for.
That's right.
Yes, then you will be reset. Okay.
That's right.
You will be reset.
Call back to the beginning of the episode where we brought up the Uyghurs.
Yeah.
Uyghurs, that's right.
Oh, God.
Love
yes,
it.
we did.
It is a sect of Muslims in China that is heavily persecuted. If
heavily persecuted.
You're really not supposed to be practicing a certain religion, which is why he doesn't want to go to Dubai. And I'm kidding, Nick. I don't know why you don't like Dubai, but
Dubai is a slave state. Dubai is managed by theocratic warlords that profit off of war, and then they most of the lower class, working class there are essentially slaves. Their passports,
is UAE heavily profiting off of war or just oil sales? I feel like UAE. I'm trying to wrap my head. How does UAE profit off of wars? America does. I don't know how UAE does though.
Yeah, we'll get into that in another special episode.
Yeah, we'll save it. We'll save that one for next week.
We will have a Dubai dump on episode because I hate that place, and the more crypto people that go there, the worse it is for crypto.
The Dubai steamer episode.
Yeah, the
special?
Dubai steamer. Speaking of the Burj Khalifa, the dumbest skyscraper on the planet, doesn't have a functioning toilet system, and every day a 2-mile long line of sanitation trucks have to pump the crap out of the building because it cannot do it by itself.
That's
the Burj Khalifa is full of shit. Moving on. Here's a rant. Yes, it is.
Mia Khalifa's cousin. Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
Look at this, guys. Trust the science. Remember, a third of scientific papers may be fraudulent. This is not new news. Boys
This
and
is
girls.
also a science paper, though. So there's a 33% chance this is wrong.
Damn it.
Trust nothing.
Hang on one second. Let me just get through this. So, for the whole trust the science crowd, chemistry bro, where are you at? A third of scientific papers may be fraudulent. Around a third studies published in neuroscience journals and about 24% in medical journals are made up or plagiarized, according to a new paper that may, in and of itself, be plagiarized. The research referred to as a preprint, meaning it has not yet been peer-reviewed, looked at 5,000 published papers, at first reported by Science. So academic careers, and this is very, very true. I mean, this has been happening for a long time. Academic careers are publish or perish. If science don't publish lots of widely cited studies, they won't progress or they won't get tenure. Therefore, incentivized to get their names on as many published papers as possible, and to make sure those studies get citations, not find true facts. It's called the paper mill industry. And they end up citing their own earlier papers, even though they have no relevance. And they also have citation rings. It's basically like a big Telegram group of all the other bro scientists, like, hey, will you cite me? Hey, will you cite me? Blah, 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 blah. They also have, again, regardless of relevance, the undeserved authorship in which scientists get their names on papers they didn't write, either by paying for it or by mutual agreement. A lot of this is due to the crossover that big corporations have on the scientific process. A lot of scientific,
Also, sometimes you just have the old professor who's going to demand that his name is on every paper, even if he didn't do anything there. He just has tenure.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on tenure?
Tenure, I mean, look, man, tenure is that's some bullshit. Anyone who can't get fired from a job, that is dumb.
It's the same thing as banning short selling.
Yeah. It's the same thing as banning short selling. It's the same thing in churches when you can't fire a priest from the whatever.
We got to relocate them to a fresh batch of children.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like a Hollywood casting agent. You move them around to do the predation in a different place. So Oxford psychologist Dorothy Bishop says this matches her own experience. If one points out academic malpractice to publishers or institutions, there is often no reply, because she found hundreds and hundreds of fakes in scientific journals, and she told Nature magazine of this, and even 5 years after she reported the fakes to the journals, most of them had not been dealt with. That's because scientists, by and large, are arrogant and do not want to be told that they're
someone
wrong.
brought up, didn't the past 3 years teach us that? Really, what about the food pyramid?
No kidding, dude.
What was up with that?
That's
Where it was was it the
total
50s or
No
60s?
kidding.
It was like Kellogg funded the science. I can't remember what the big corporation was, but
Wow, there's crazy stories about Kellogg. You've heard those?
Where you experiment with people with mental issues and IQ issues.
Yeah, don't even get me on Kinsey. Anyways,
Kellogg cereal.
Yeah, so there is something foul afoot. Science has known about this problem, I think, since 2014. There's a thing called the p-value. Scientific, and it's basically how
is that
they
like
judge.
what clean piss goes for, like near the probation office?
Yeah, it's like right after Burning Man, you're trying to go back to work. Like, what is the p-value? What is the p-value of clean piss?
I just finished marketing research.
There you
actually.
go. Yeah. So what's your p-value?
Tired of hearing about this.
Yeah. What's your p-value? So there we go. P-values are important to science because they basically determine how critiqued and how data-driven a report is. That's a gross misrepresentation. Chemistry bro, when he watches this again, he's going to poop all over that.
Yeah.
But basically, p-values have been ganked for the past 10 years. My favorite one was the study, the entire basis of depression and how they say it's a chemical imbalance. That was based on a complete garbage study that has not been duplicated. So the entire basis for most modern psychology, including the DSM-4 and 5, is complete horse crap.
Even the Stanford prison experiment is a lie. Everything is a lie. Well, they say
that was back in the 70s. That was technically.
What about the Tuskegee?
Tuskegee? Well, dude, we can't. We're trying to stay monetized here.
Yeah.
Drew, save that for your own show. Get demonetized on your own channel.
You can talk about that and Wartenheimer.
Let's
and all
talk about
science works.
Speaking of nice topics that are relevant to crypto, let's talk about racism and Nazis. Coinbase newsletter flags rise of Pepe coin and the BRC20 tokens and makes crypto Twitter angry. By show of hands, who has Pepe?
I do. I have some Pepe.
I thought gas fees were too much.
Yeah, they are.
Who is Bambi?
I own some Bambi. I took some profits last night. I had to.
Nice. You got to do it.
That's it.
You got to do it.
I got in. It was good. And
so basically, Coinbase sent out this extremely low testosterone email that said, "What?"
I didn't get it, but Taco did.
What email?
I didn't get it. I didn't get the email. I looked for the email. I
BJ's
didn't get
chiming
it.
in without a microphone is very confusing to our viewers.
All right,
at
so
home.
not everybody got this Coinbase email. I didn't get the email, but Taco did.
Yeah, Coinbase flagged the growth of Pepe coin and Bitcoin-based meme coins in its latest newsletter on Wednesday. So Pepe's down, but the newsletter noted that the ongoing meme coin mania was led by the rise of Pepe, which has grown nearly 55,000% since its issuance in mid-April, running to a 1.8 billion market capitalization. That's crazy. Just under 3 weeks to becoming the fastest growing tokens of all time, much to the chagrin of Shiba Inu holders. However, the newsletter riled up some crypto Twitter community members by pointing out that Pepe the Frog meme that serves as a mascot for Pepe has been used in racist ways on the internet.
It's a bunch of DNGs, dorks, nerds, and geeks, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Name one thing on the internet that has not been used in racist ways. Okay.
Dude, everything was deemed that.
I've seen
it didn't agree
Clippy,
with
the
you.
paperclip from Word used to
Rule 34. Don't Google that.
Do not Google Rule 34 on Clippy, the paperclip, whatever you do. Anyways, this is a pretty good description of Coinbase versus the Pepe army. These are incredibly ripped and high tea Pepes.
Oh, yeah. It was juice tea.
Juice tea.
We've got
Speaking
that
of
same
juice-
haircut, that high tea lifestyle, baby. Which
Look,
y'all know about that high
has
tea
no-
lifestyle.
all that has to do with blood flow to the scalp. It has nothing
No,
to
there's
do with
correlation
testosterone.
between testosterone and hair follicles.
Damn it, DZ, I'm trying to give you a softball here.
What about a "Don't Tread on Pepe" flag?
No,
in
that's
the
too
office?
much.
I think
Guys,
I'm gonna get one.
+1 in the chat if you are down with Pepe. +1 in the chat if you're down with Pepe. And then I feel like I've been neglecting chat. As a dictator, I tend to neglect insignificant people.
Oh my
but
God.
Look, I want to make sure that I'm still connected to you, the plebes, and my simps. If you have a question, drop a quick question for Q&A. We're going to do some altcoin degen Q&A at the very end of this show. So yeah. Anyways, I will be this person on Twitter, which, man, that means that there's like some real trouble brewing. He says, I'll be closing my personal and business accounts on Coinbase and moving them to Gemini. Pepe is not a symbol of hate. Tweeted OG Kenobi hello.
Not your crypto.
That's it, guys. If OG Kenobi hello is moving, if he's moving his 0.015 Bitcoin off of Coinbase,
I know.
It's done.
We will never financially recover.
I'll say this: it's a drop of water in the bucket that makes me like Gemini more than Coinbase.
Yeah,
there's eventually there will be a volume shift.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, I don't know. Coinbase was always like #1, perfect, felt safe, whatever. But now this Pepe situation, the Gala situation, them talking about leaving the U.S. Like, Coinbase has been in the news a lot lately for a lot of weird, random things. Like, it's not looking good right now. It's looking a little weird for Coinbase.
I remember when they were going after staking on Coinbase, and I was just like, I was maybe a little bit over the top, but I called Brian a pussy, just like Ben felt that day. And, he just was being a big old chump, and I was screaming for him to stand up and do something. Now he's sitting here folding for, the ACLU and the ADL over.
I remember disagreeing with Drew and Ben and saying it was financially irresponsible for him to spit in the face of SEC regulators because there's so many people having funds on his platform.
And I was a little hard-headed. I didn't care. I wanted him to spit on the face, and let's light this candle. So
Drew's into
I thought
spitting
it was
on
a
faces.
necessary
Found his
statement.
kink.
Somebody had to do it.
Found his kink. There you go.
right.
Yeah, let's kink shame. Kink
Someone's
shame is
gotta
my
do it.
kink.
It's got to be me.
Yeah.
Coinbase
Is
is
it
taking
spit in
Gala.
open mouth or like eyes closed, eyes
No,
open?
I mean, I'm in Northwest Georgia. These are things that make noises when you spit them into cans.
Got it.
I think
Got it.
Coinbase
Okay.
is delisting Gala, right?
Delisting Gala.
Very sad.
Wait,
not
delisting
good.
Gala. Hang on.
I'm glad I
because-
never got into that one.
We got to save the show. Binance delist Gala, but not quite. Here's what's going on.
DZ's hairline. Who the hell made that?
No, they've been around for a
Oh, wait,
Gemini
wait.
stole my bat and their urn.
I do like Gemini. To be perfectly honest, I do like Gemini. They did cancel my Gemini card for no reason and would not let me unsuspend the account. So I'm a little butthurt on that. Their fees are one of the highest, if not the highest, as far as the American exchanges go. That's why I do all of my purchases for crypto on Kraken. Kraken has pretty much the lowest fiat on ramp and off ramp out there. Yeah, I remember that. Remember this was the racist hand symbol.
I mean, I don't think that ever changed. I don't think that ever changed. Well, it never was, but then also a law was created over something that never was. Now that law still, or that classification still remains. There's a lot of things that the ACLU and the ADL have done over the past few years to deem things naughty symbols or some sort of right-wing thing, just because they needed a good headline and a bunch of pictures of young kids in front of a Capitol building doing it, so they could smear it all over the internet and make everyone all riled up and neighbors fight each other again.
Ray Epps.
Yeah. Where is Ray Epps?
Oh, we're going Ray Epps.
RC Moore, I sold less than 5% yesterday. I'm still holding.
There you go. Yeah. Crypto Steve Kraken is good. Yeah, I like that. F Gemini win earned. Look, Gemini's got all my graph. I mean, look, apparently the Digital Currency Group stole it. Grayscale stole it. So, or Genesis stole it. I don't know, who the hell knows anymore. I don't know if I'll ever get my graph bag back, but I don't know if they're going to delist Gala. It seems like
I think they're suspending trading.
Okay, just like they suspended Bitcoin trading. Okay, well that's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine. Everyone wants to FUD Binance, but if anyone is going to, I mean, look, I think CZ is, he's like the Highlander of crypto. Like everyone thinks that they can kill him, but no one's going to swing for the head.
Yeah, look, let's ask this question. You have to put your money in a centralized exchange and you're cryogenically frozen for 10 years so you come back out. Binance is going to be my number 1 or number 2.
For sure. For sure. If you have to go on a centralized exchange.
Yeah,
it's
that or Coinbase.
Coinbase
and Binance. I don't know. It's just, I would have to really think. Then I'd have to think about America 10 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could get ugly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of talking myself into Binance. So it's like a 10-year-old here.
Yeah.
I know. All right. Do we want to get into BRCs or do we want to go like DJ now for the last couple minutes?
I need to DJ now. We've had a dip in the market.
We have had a dip in the market.
Around. I'm looking at different projects right now. I don't know.
If we're going to DJ
why don't
out.
you go ahead and look at DAG?
Oh my God. If we're going to DJ out, we've got to go to Lunar Crush.
Oh God.
They are full degen.
Okay. This
is a pretty good website, Lunar Crush. They don't follow the hex rule or any of that stuff. They've got it all, baby.
Where is hex right now?
Oh yeah,
wow, number 9.
Yeah, number 9
coming.
People don't like that. People don't like talking about that. People don't like thinking about that. Hex is a top 10 coin.
Yeah, it is a top 10 coin. Hex is there. Its market cap is 10 billion.
It's not a nothing burger.
Respectable. T-Mac DAO. I mean, you get all sorts of weird stuff on Lunar Crush, but it's kind of refreshing, you just can't have the same song and dance. You can't have the same kind of foreplay every time. Sometimes you got to mix it up. Sometimes someone's got to wear a wig. Sometimes you call each other different names. Okay. Sometimes you just change up the safe word and don't tell the other person what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just .ai.
Okay. B. Let's see what else do we have in here.
Aardvark. It's not working.
So Arbitrum's at $1 almost. So it's $1.
Man, another coin that I don't know how I feel about. Like, again, it's right now it's just a governance token. And boys and girls at home, if you're hoping for a 20x on a governance token, you are going to be disappointed. Okay. Same with Uniswap.
Don't talk about my Uniswap.
Damn it.
What are we going to do with ApeCoin? Go back to the screen. What are
I
we
expect
do?
maybe a 2 to 5x on
$3.19. Okay, DZ, this is your area. How are you feeling about ApeCoin these days?
I'm still long-term bullish. I mean, the Yuga, there's a saying in NFTs, don't fade Yuga.
Yeah.
You don't hear that about any other thing except maybe Bitcoin. And so I'm pretty long-term bullish. What they're doing, what they've shown with their tech and with their playable demos is blowing everybody out of the water, where you have all the monkeys going around. And their hires, I'm very bullish on their hires. They got the Activision CEO.
Yes.
They got another really big COO. There's like COO now there. So I'm pretty long-term bullish. Plus, even just the little things they knock out of the park, like Ape Fest, like from top to bottom, it was 100 out of 100, and they seem to just keep not missing.
Yeah,
they did a really good job with that game too. Like I know, like it was kind of a simple game.
The poop game.
The poop game. How they gamified it. Like, I'm not a huge NFT guy. Not even close to a big or even a mid or a small NFT guy. I have like maybe one $5 NFT that Johnny convinced me to buy. But it's like what I saw Yuga do makes me feel more comfortable looking at their ecosystem and kind of ApeCoin. So that's like one of the metaverse things that I'm actually looking at. Like I'm not looking at Sand. I'm not looking at all those other, metaverses. I'm not even playing around with Gala, even though it'll probably make people money. But it's interesting to think about what Yuga might be 3 or 4 years from now when another, army of, celebrity influencers come out and they're like, yeah, I bought it too. And it becomes this whole sought after item. I mean, it's still pretty sought after through this last whole bear market, and they did the game through the bear market. People were paying attention. So
yeah,
and they're pretty rare. There's 2,000 Bitcoin for every one Bored Ape.
Wow. Yeah, look at this chart real quick of Ape. Again, I like how Lunar Crush kind of does their charts. It's a little bit cleaner than CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Not as detailed though.
Yeah, I like little volume bars on the bottom.
Yeah, I got some volume bars, and yeah, it's just overall. And that's the weekly. Let's look at the monthly. Not as detailed. Let's look at the 3 month. So we're slowly zooming out here, and it's just been a long climb down. So here's the 6 month. So it topped out around $6 million. $3 and, or excuse me, what was it? $6.
Yeah, it hit 20 at some point.
That was right at the beginning, right?
It was right before the mint that you had to use ApeCoin to.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
And
So
my Ape
20.
was free, so I didn't really I didn't think about selling too much of it. I should have sold more. I sold half and put it into ETH. And I kind of just held the other half. I spent some on this clothing right here. I think I spent ApeCoin on.
Okay.
And I've spent a little on a figurine as well. And I've been staking my ape with my mutant ape.
Yeah, and that is one of the most bullish things about ape in general is even though the circulating supply is pretty low, like they have a max of 1 billion tokens and they don't even have half of them out yet, the staking incentive for ApeCoin is massive. I would say it's the biggest staking incentive of any project in crypto right now.
Yeah.
Just because of the sheer just rabid fan base that the Bored Ape Yacht Club has. So like if I'm looking at OP, Arbitrum, or ApeCoin, and which one I think is going to have more X's, and more bounce in that rubber band when it comes to the bull market, it's ApeCoin, bro.
Yeah.
Like OP, probably 5 or 6x. Arbitrum, 5 or 6x. ApeCoin, it could easily be 10 plus. Easily be 10 plus. Yeah. Financial advice.
Imagine if they did build a Fortnite style game and every purchase wasn't V-Bucks, it was ApeCoin.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine that. Boys and girls, imagine that. All right. I'm going to go to hashrate.no. We're going to look at mining. I'm not going to overlook mining. Okay. People shame. I'm the one miner in this building and people shame me for it.
Hey, we went to Nick's house. He for real has like a little mining operation going on.
I have my shed. My shed is falling apart, but
mining pie. I'm a miner.
I have 22 graphics cards and 3 ASICs. One of them is
basically hackers.
Yeah.
Plus one in the chat if you guys want me to give away my last Dogecoin miner. Plus one in the chat. I want to gauge your interest in that.
1 Doge a day for $1 in energy.
1 Doge. It's kind of actually not. It's not that bad. Although it does mine Litecoin, and Litecoin's about to have a halving, so it's kind of interesting right there. But let's look at the price gainers. Nexa, 17% up. Xano, 15% up. Dynex, 11% up. Earning gainers, Firo, 78% earns. So the hash rate's gone down. The reward of Firo has gone up 90%. Firo is kind of like a privacy coin. It's kind of like, it's like Monero. If Monero is the Mercedes-Benz of privacy coins, Firo is like the Hyundai Genesis of privacy coins. Not quite as good, doesn't get as much respect, but the technology
a little bit of a
still
glow
good.
up.
Yeah, a little bit of a glow up. So look, these are all great numbers here. Even having Ravencoin getting a little bit of a pump. Cortex is essentially unmineable because it doesn't have a freaking wallet. Litecoin has some good, so the emission rate on Litecoin is going up. That's all very good. Meowcoin is a really fun meme coin that's proof of work that actually won't rug pull their entire miner base, which is what happened with proof of memes. Okay, fuck that project. I hate those guys. They can Ligma. I mined them for a month and then they just rug pulled the entire project. And I feel really bad because I told people to look at it, and I think there's actually one person who was watching the show. He reached out to me and said, hey, what the heck happened with my proof of memes coin? It all went to zero. And I said, look, dude, it went down. I was doing my research on the project, but apparently in like the 6 weeks that I didn't look at the project, it completely rugged itself. So like, look, I pride myself on doing a lot of research and trying to tell you guys good, solid things, but I'm not 100%. Okay. And like, I took an L on that one, and thankfully a couple other people took an L too, but it wasn't that big of an L. But do your own due diligence for these things. And even when you do your due diligence, something can happen.
Yeah.
Thank you for the name change there. Yeah, that's the good thing about mining, though, is like, you're out of electricity unless you're market buying.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you can move that GPU onto something else, and it's a beautiful
who's the winner
thing.
there? Georgia Power.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Octaspace. I did want to bring this one up. This is Octaspace. It's a cloud platform for distributed computing, data storage, but also most interesting, and this is something I haven't really seen before, it's a distributed blockchain VPN. And I think that is an incredible use case for blockchain to be put integrated with a VPN. So I'm looking into this project. I'm not mining to it yet. It's kind of new, but put this on your radar. The hash rate's pretty low.
How does a blockchain help VPN?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So what I've been looking into, and essentially your the pipeline to the VPN is encoded on the blockchain. So you have to run a node, right? You're basically going through, you're the validator, and that's how you're getting access to the VPN is through your validator.
Like, aren't I in some system? Isn't my like IP address in a system then?
It masks it. So like right now, if you use ExpressVPN has all of the VPN servers. They own it all. But with Octaspace, it's distributed on the blockchain across.
Yeah, it just almost like some weird like Liechtenstein entity that can like, destroy their servers or something.
It's a lot like Tor, but not nearly as god awful to use.
Intelligence agencies, they have carte blanche access to all of it. So
that's true.
At the end of the day, none of it matters.
That's true. That's actually a fair and sobering point.
Well, sometimes though they can be broken, as we've seen with the Iron Dome in Israel overnight.
Or some dickhead on Discord putting out all the sensitive documents for months on end.
Yeah. It happens.
So for all of their power, the deep state still can't stop some incel on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at, okay, guys, what are we looking to scoop over the weekend?
Ice
Bitcoin
cream.
Miami. What are we looking to pick up over the next couple days? What are we thinking? We're down 20. Still can't get above 27,000 Bitcoin. We may free fall down to 25. So with that in mind, what are you looking at? We'll start with Hannah. What are you looking at? Picking up.
I will say, gosh.
Don't say XRP.
I'm always buying. You already know my top 5, but the last thing I bought was actually OP. We just talked about it. I bought that like a week and a half ago.
Okay, not bad. Not a bad pick.
Looking this weekend, to be honest, I'm not sure.
Okay, that's okay.
XRP, ADA. I gotta look.
Mr. Techno Goody says Theta and Phantom, and those are dark horses for sure. Druth, how are you feeling? What are you looking at picking up?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling 25's coming in Bitcoin's price, so I'm gonna wait for it to hit there. But then I'll be going after layer 2s. I'll probably gonna cover the whole sloth. I'm gonna do Arbitrum, OP, and what's the other one? Polygon, because Polygon was amazing for me last cycle.
Yeah.
And I took some really good profits off it. I see the OP and the Arbitrum are kind of new shiny things for layer 2 and Ethereum people to talk about the next bull run. So it'll probably have, like a 10x potential on OP and Arbitrum, even with the problems that they have there. But yeah, I don't want to leave any stone unturned in the layer 2 narrative, because I know that I just feel personally that's going to be really strong. So yeah, I'll basically, but yeah, honestly, like immediate, if I don't see a 25 dip, I'm probably just going to go to the gun store. So that's me.
There you go. Yeah. All right, DZ, what's on your radar?
I'm probably going to roll out of my Cardano meme coins and put that back into ADA. I pulled off more Snake profit. I've been pulling off profit on Snake probably once to 3-4 times a day. Just small amounts here, 2%, 3%. Then I'm in like 2 other speculative ones on Cardano. I might just eliminate those positions all the way down to like 50 ADA, just put all the rest back into ADA. And then maybe consolidate out of the weaker meme projects on ETH. If I can get some cheap gas fees over the weekend, I'll probably long-term bullish on the one meme coin, because there's 2 centralized exchanges coming. And so I'm kind of waiting for that. And there's this mystery marketplace that the team thinks is buying. That's like the chatter in the Telegram group and stuff. There's a mystery, I'm talking about BAM. There's a mystery exchange. They market bought it, and then boom, surprise listing. There's some giant entity market buying. It looks like it's going to be a surprise listing. Fingers crossed. I say the best case scenario, I don't think it's Binance. I would say best case scenario, it could be KuCoin. That would be huge.
Oh my gosh.
Huge.
That'd
so
be
just
really
like the
big.
potential of that, I want to get out of the weaker ones. There's a name coin I'm in. I already pulled my profits. Everything's profit. Maybe I'll leave a moon bag for that. But there's 2 other crappy meme coins. I just want to put it back into ETH.
Yeah, why not? Profit's profit.
Woo! KuCoin though. Woo!
That would be so fire. That would be so fire. So before I get into my picks, please go ahead and smash that like button, guys. Like, honestly, at this point, if you haven't smashed the like button, it's offensive. Okay.
Honestly.
Defensive one if you have not smashed the like button. So make them not win. Smash the likes.
Does anyone here? Charlie's good. Does anyone here like Gala? Like, I'm bullish.
No.
The token or the
I'm not.
BJ's running in music node.
Yeah, the token or the project. Easy
Token.
I don't know about that.
It's just like a lot of people like earning some, right?
Yeah, it seems primed for incredible sell pressure during the.
It's going to need some crazy game, and maybe they can knock it out of the park. But yeah. I feel like that those Axie style gains might not be there.
No, I don't see that.
You get some good gains though.
I don't see that happening. How many likes are we at, Owen?
Good sir. Where are we at?
186.
186. We need to bump those numbers up.
Owen. Guys, let's get to 200.
We got 400 viewers.
Dude,
400 viewers. That's not bad.
Viewers.
We're almost
Let's get 300 likes.
We're almost at 10K subs, right?
Yes.
We're at 9.38 thousand subscribers.
Yeah,
Yes.
guys, let's get that up. Let's get that going. Here's my pick. I feel like I'm a broken record. Render token. Look at this chart. You're back under $2 for render token. $1.64.
Got a retrace?
That's a grab. It came down off of like 250.
Is this the max? Go to like the last week or like the last month. Let me see what the last maybe 3 months is looking.
3 months. Look at that.
Okay.
It bounces up to just over $2, and it comes back down, dips down to about $1.
But if what I think is coming comes, then that will probably be revisited the bottom of that.
Yeah.
That range there.
Yeah. So you'll see it's basically feeling really good around $1. Like picking up render for $1 is, I think that's over for a long while. So again, render token is one I'm looking to pick up. And then I'm keeping a little bag of dry powder on the side just in case Bitcoin touches 25 or even dips below it, just like on a scam wick. So
I used to keep a bag of dry powder on the side just in case I'm in the bathroom. I need to pick me up.
That's right, baby. Speaking of pick me ups, thank you so much for joining us on the dictatorship in the blockchain basement. It got a little hot. It got a little weird. We played a weird song. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate all of you. Look, we are all just spiritual beings having a human experience. Go outside, touch grass, call a friend.
Let's
on
do
the
the
phone.
simultaneous thumbs up. Let's go full cam. We're all going to do it in this room. Owen, even you're going to do it. BJ, you're going to do it. I don't care if you're off camera, and you're going to do it at home. If you're watching on Twitch, you're just going to do it in real life. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to hit that button. If you're listening, you're just going to thumbs up someone in traffic next to you. All right.
Thumbs up.
On the count of 3, we all do a thumbs up or hit the like button. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
See you at the top.
You feel that? You feel that? Surging.
Surging.
It's turning red.
End the show.
Owen.